developed. But in your system, you try to get mixture of everything. Because when it comes to produce energy, in the next step, you need a soup of Gans. When you collect these, at the bottom, you get a syringe, you extract it, you put it under a heater to dry it from liquid. What do? You extract this part, you put it on a plate, you let it dry, or you dry it with a lamp, and it dries much faster. It took me ages to dry one. And Armand said, oh, it's easier to do. Just a light, heating light, and it dries within a couple of hours, and by morning you have the right paste. So you need, oh yes, you have to wash the salt out. But when you extract it, I forgot one place, the other guru reminds me, you have to wash the salt out because you created this in a salt condition. Wash, put some, distilled water in your mixture when you extract it, 2-3 times, let it settle, take the top water out, and then you have a pure Gans. Then dry your Gans, not to a paste yet, but to a liquidish, like a running soup, but not like more, not liquid, but in a pasty liquid. Pardon? Pardon? Like a stew. That's the word I was looking for. Getting old, even forget food, it means there is no need for it anymore. So you put, what you do, you put your Gans materials. I go through this again, but if you go on the Keshe Foundation website, they're everywhere, you know how to make it. A lot of people have made it. So now you nano-coated what we've seen with Richard. You made the nano-coating of your material. If I can find the box of nano-coating, we put the plasmas aside there. So now you made your nano-coated springs the way we saw. Then what you need to do, you get this stew, thin soup, which you made, has to be very running but not thick. You fill it up into the bottom of your container, and all you do, very, very gently, you get hold of your rings, and you just put your rings, nano-coated rings, inside it, and just shake it till it gets fully covered with the soup. You take it out, and you just let it dry. It has to dry totally. It's not black anymore. It has the color of your soup. You need it. This soup is the Gans. Now, the most important part of the whole operation is this soup. If you put your nano-coat material together, you get nothing. You see, it does not work. Now, with the soup, you have attached the sun to it, the energy unit to it. The secret is putting the Gans as a soup back on the spring, on the nano coating. Now the soup, the Gans of the soup becomes everlasting supply to already superconductor layer here. You created this superconductor layer by nano coating, and now you bring the soup back. You put the Gans in a liquid state that it can attach itself to this material, and then what happens here, these layers of superconductors will carry the energy of the plasma back into the superconductor level, because it's a matter state, or if you make it strong enough, into the copper as a AC feed. So now you understand, that's the simplicity. That's been the part of the breakthrough in the technology. Without this, if you put these together, 2 nano-coated material will give you nothing. Once you put it through the soup and you let it dry. If it's not totally dry, you will get a big bangs, because now you have water molecules, which when you put the energy of the current through it, they just explode, they evaporate. So when you've done this coating, you washed your springs, and then you let it dry totally. Absolutely, it has to be dry. Even if it takes 2 days, you have to let it dry. If you hang it, it dries properly. And then you have the first basis for the next step to start absorbing the energy of the plasma into superconducting layers which you already created.